Hi everyone, this is Luke Davidson, author of The Taboo Christian, and I'd like to thank you for checking out my channel. And today I'm going to do something a little bit different. Most of these videos I will not be reading the full blog post, but today I decided to do something a little bit different and special because with Valentine's Day approaching, I decided to write a letter to my future wife, Kristen, the woman that God revealed to me in a supernatural vision that I had back in January of 2018. So I'm going to read you guys that letter. My Valentine's Day letter to Kristen. As Valentine's Day has been approaching, I've been thinking more and more about the woman that God prophesied to me to be my wife one day, Kristen, or whatever spelling of her name is correct. Despite God only speaking her name to me and not giving me the spelling, I'm going to use the spelling used above just for simplicity's sake. If you guys have been following me for a while, then that is old news, but if you're new to my blog or this YouTube channel, you can read the full story of my prophetic vision here, and I'll provide a link below at the end of below this video to that post. Anyway, I decided while I was in a romantic mood that I would write a letter to Kristen. She may see it on here, on the blog, but if she doesn't, then I'll give it to her at some point after we've met face to face and gotten to know each other pretty well. I've blurred out my son's name and my name in the letter below, and I'll only reveal the true names to Kristen once we've met, and I'm as certain as possible that she is a trustworthy woman who has a high probability of being the one. Now, here's the letter in pictures below. I'll be reading from that. Valentine's Day letter to Kristen, February 5th, 2020. Dear Kristen, I know that you're probably going to be reading this quite some time after I've written it, but I just want to give you a glimpse of my heart and soul at this time. It's 2020 and Valentine's Day is approaching, 9 days away to be exact. It may seem kind of redundant for me to say that I've been thinking about you a lot recently because I think about you pretty much every day. However, Valentine's Day approaching has been a specific driving factor in recent days. While I'm bummed that I will have to spend another Valentine's Day single, God's promise to me that He will be bringing us together soon. Well, soon in His concept of time is comforting. If we do meet soon after my 31st birthday, like I believe Jesus told me, then our first Valentine's Day together will not be until I'm 32 years old, and we'll have been together for several months already at that point. Nevertheless, I've been wondering what's going on in your life right now. I've been wondering what your 2020 Valentine's Day is going to entail. Will you be spending it with some other man, completely unaware that God has me in waiting for you? Will you be spending it single? And if so, will you be content with your singleness, knowing that God is still preparing me, your future husband, for you? Or will you be spending this Valentine's Day single and sore about it, lonely and longing for the man that God has for you, frustrated and wondering where he is? As I sit here writing this, I wonder if God has spoken to you about me yet, if God has given you any kind of prophecy or vision pertaining to the man He has in store to be your future husband, me. I wonder if He's told you anything at all about me. He's told me a lot about you, God that is, It's been both heartwarming and sometimes my undoing. You see, because of the things I've heard about you in my spirit during times of prayer have been so wonderful and awe-inspiring, it has tested the limits of my faith, because there are times when my rational human mind tries to convince me that what I heard is too good to be true, that I would be such a fool to believe that any such woman could ever exist, maybe 100, 200 years ago or further back. But now, in today's day and age, then I stop and think about all the signs, the times I asked God to prove to me beyond a shadow of a doubt that the vision and the things I heard about you during my times of prayer were real and were really from God, not my imagination or the devil. I think back to how many signs I got. I think back on all the times I prayed with all of my heart to God, asking Him to please reveal and prove to me that all of the stuff was a deception if it was in fact. I asked God to do that over and over, and He never did anything to make me believe that it was a deception. God has only given me encouragement, reassurance, and signs of confirmation that you, Kristen, are real and that you are on your way to me. When I've put my son to bed every night, while I lay on the couch next to his bed, waiting on him to fall asleep, I imagine you sitting up at the other end of the couch with my legs and feet across your lap. Imagine you sitting there with your hands on my calves or holding one of my hands while we sit and whisper to each other and rest as we wait for my son to fall asleep. I imagine you smiling about how cute he is, how nice it is for us to share this peaceful, quiet moment with each other. When I'm running errands around town, I sometimes imagine you in the passenger seat, holding my hand and being happy to accompany me wherever I may need to go, for no other reason than that we're going to get to spend more time together, just doing life together. Now, don't get me wrong, I don't expect you to go everywhere with me or spend all your time with me, but I will never deny you the opportunity to do so whenever you wish. What kind of man would I be to say that I didn't want you in my presence? At the present moment, I'm in between dad bod and underwear model, and sometimes I almost feel inadequate for you in this time, because I know how gorgeous you were in my vision. Nevertheless, I am doing all I can to shake myself of that idea, because if you are really the woman that God promised would be my wife, then I have to trust that you'll at least find my body type good enough. Otherwise, you wouldn't have agreed to date me or consider me a viable husband candidate. On the inside, based on my personality and worldview, I do feel adequate and deserving of you, good enough for you. Right now, as of February 5th, 2020, my health is decent, but not superb, and my finances are recovering, but getting closer towards starting to accumulate wealth. Most of my life is still work in progress, and I wonder how likely you'd be to like me, to want to be my girlfriend if you met me right now. Part of me thinks that you would still want to go out with me, that there would be something about me that would draw you in, despite my so-so circumstances at the present moment. All that is within me hopes so, because I'm fighting with all my might to get ahead while being held back by so many people and things that God has seemed so slow about helping me escape from. I have the drive and the know-how to become a multi-millionaire, and I aim to bring you with me into that life once it's achieved. if it hasn't already happened by the time I meet you. As long as God is willing to allow it and open the right doors for me, I will get us there, or I'll die trying. I want to give you a fantastic life, and I want to help orphans and poor people all over the world. I want to help people with chronic pain and other rare or hard to treat medical conditions. I want to give my son every possible advantage to have a much better start in life than I had. I want to spare you and him as much suffering as humanly possible. I want to give you and him an amazing life beyond all of our wildest dreams. I want to be the closest to perfect husband as humanly possible for your sake. I want to be your dream come true, and if that never happens, I'll never stop trying to become it. I want to make you the happiest woman and wife on planet Earth because I always want to reciprocate. And if you really are the woman who God has promised and destined for me, then I'm certain that I'll be the happiest man and husband in the world because I'll have your heart, your body, and your soul devoted solely to me and mine to you. Even though at the time I'm writing this, I haven't met you face to face yet, I still want to assure you that I love you so much. I'll wait in eager anticipation for the day that we get to tie the knot. Love, your future husband. I'll put in Luke Davidson there because my real name will only be revealed to the woman I'm going to marry, named Kristen, one day. P.S. I look forward to seeing all the ways that you compliment me and I compliment you. While I believe in trying to be the very best possible version of ourselves, I believe the romantic relationship would be pretty blah if each person didn't complete the other in some area. Believe that each person completing the other in some area or areas creates such a deep bond and appreciation for the other. I look forward to seeing how and where you and I will complete each other. To know that neither one of us could experience the pinnacle of happiness and romantic fulfillment without the other, I believe, will be something that we will cherish. I look forward to the day when we can lie together on a couch or hammock, you on top of me, with my arms wrapped around you, holding you against me in a tight embrace. My heart will be radiating with all that it has, intent to flood you and fill you with every ounce of love I have to give. I'll be doing this while praising God for giving you to me, and my eyes will probably be watery, and I'll probably get a lump in my throat, just like I'm experiencing right now while I'm writing this. Please don't get the wrong idea. I'm not going to worship you, but when we are together, I'll feel as though I could never find a better woman on the entire planet who would be a better match for me, because I'll know that God was our matchmaker.